I'm Chaz with Board Game Geek, and landing now is Air, Land, and Sea with Tony from Arcane Wonders, who's going to tell us what this game is all about.
Great. Well, thank you again for having me on.
Anytime.
As always, it's a pleasure.
Yes.
So, Air, Land, and Sea is coming out this May.
Okay, what's the premise of the game?
The premise of the game is war.
Okay.
We're in war against each other.
Oh, okay.
War is won by obtaining 12 victory points.
That's how it typically goes.
That's how you
yes.
win.
Okay.
So, you win a war by winning battles.
Okay.
So you get the victory points from winning battles. You win a battle by securing 2 out of the 3 theaters of war.
Oh, okay.
So securing a theater is when you play cards to it, you have the highest value on your side versus your opponent's side.
Okay.
Very simple. The game itself only has 18 battle cards.
All
They are
right.
valued 1 through 6
Okay.
for each of the theaters. So what you'll see is that there are cards that are gray that correspond to air,
Okay.
green for land, and blue for sea.
Okay. 1
So-
through 6 on each. Okay.
1 through 6. So now you can only place a card face up into the theater that it corresponds to.
Makes sense.
However, you can place a card face down into any theater.
Okay. Is
Now-
that worth 2 points
And
then?
it's worth 2 points then, yes.
Okay.
But there are also abilities on each of the cards, except for the value 6 cards, because they're the strongest. There are cards that have a lightning bolt on them.
Okay.
The lightning bolt cards are instantaneous,
Okay.
and there are cards that have an infinity sim, which are ongoing.
Okay, so am I correct in assuming then, in seeing that it's the paradigm of, yes, there are lower numbered cards which aren't as powerful, but they have the special abilities that are still very useful to play at certain times.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you'll note there's the middle of line 3 is always the same for each of the 3 different card types.
Okay.
It is a maneuver, in which case you are flipping a battle card in an adjacent theater.
Okay. Is it
So-
flipping one of your own, or?
No, it's flipping in an adjacent theater. So the thing is this: land is adjacent to air right now. Air is adjacent to both.
Yes.
And sea is just air.
Okay.
So if you wanted, per se, I have a hand that is very strong in land and air, but we can see I could play my sea card
Okay.
in land
For the 2.
for the 2, and then later, after you did whatever, I could play that to flip it over.
Ah, okay. Oh,
And now
it's
this is a valid placement.
it's legal
Yes.
now. Okay.
Likewise, if you had this and you played it there, I could just go, no, I'm pulling that down.
Well, because it is more.
Because it is more.
Yeah, that's
So-
okay. War's not fair.
So we're just going to actually run through a quick round. All of the abilities are fairly self-explanatory.
Okay.
The only other thing is this: once you play a card, if you play a card on top of it, this is now covered,
Okay.
meaning that it cannot be flipped.
Oh, okay. It's protecting
It's protected.
it. Okay.
Yes. So
All right.
I'm going to shuffle the cards, deal out 6 to each player.
Okay. Okay. And there's 18 total, so
18
there's going to be
total.
6 not in the pool.
So
Okay.
for those who are kind of astute with the mathematical side of things, you're going to realize that this is a high level of randomness right here. You could get a hand of all the high cards, I could get a hand of all the low cards.
Yeah.
And that's where the kind of the hook is on this game that really makes it shine. You're going to get a card that has a little helper card that says first player and second player, one wins or loses tied theaters. But there's this little chart on there as well, because the thing is you don't have to play to the end of the round. I can at any time withdraw from the battle
Okay.
and say, I'm withdrawing, I'm losing this battle to hopefully win the war.
Okay.
And so when you do that, you award your opponent victory points equal to what the chart says based on your hand cards that are left.
Huh. Okay. So you can make a strategic retreat, but in the end, come out ahead.
Correct.
Oh no!
So,
It just got thinky. Okay.
so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to shuffle these cards, deal out 1 to each of us. You'll be the second player, I'll be the first player. I win ties, but you get to react to what I'm doing.
Okay.
Deal out 6 cards apiece. And this battle deck will go off to the side.
All right.
And because I go first, I get to place a card into any of the theaters. And what I am going to do is this.
Oh. Okay. Let's go and. Well, I just want to. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, Tony, you little rascal! All right, I'm going to put this one here in air, Now, this is infinite, so it's always going on.
Yes.
You gain +3 strength in each adjacent theater.
Correct.
And so that's just ongoing, right?
It's just ongoing. As long as that is face up, these two theaters will each get a +3
So
bonus.
technically, I'm winning the C then as well.
Well, once you place a card into it, it'll get
Oh,
the
you got to
+3.
actually put, well, there's that technicality. In fact, you have to defend the area.
I'm going to play the number 1 reinforce. So what it says is look at the top card of the battle deck, and then place it face down into an adjacent theater.
Oh,
So-
nice. And I know, yes, you mentioned the 3s are the same among all of the different theaters,
Correct.
but all the other numbers appear to be different.
Correct, and they all have different
Yeah.
abilities.
And actually, you know what? Just because the people watching at
Yeah.
home would actually like, I'm going to just play with my hand face up here because that way people can actually enjoy it as well.
Okay, and then I'm not.
Yeah, don't look. Don't.
Yeah, and I'm not going to look at your cards. I'm going to look off into the sky, so that.
Okay. Now, if I was to play this here in the land, I
Yes.
would flip this, and its +3 no longer goes into effect, right?
Correct. You could, if you flipped your own, that would happen. You could flip mine,
Okay.
but you have no idea what this is.
Right.
So.
What I'm going to do, but just for the sake of theater, I'm going to play this here to flip this and this one because I am dying to know what that is.
Okay, so this says all of my face down battle cards are now strength 4.
Oh, perfect. That was a.
Typically, you don't flip up your opponent's cards.
I just learned that.
Because it usually puts like stronger abilities into effect. So what I'm actually going to do then is play my heavy bombers on top of that.
I'm so glad you did that.
Because now I'm putting myself in a position where I have an 8 there, and that's protected.
I'm very proud of you, Tony.
Yes. Thank you for that, by the way.
Okay, let's see here. Well, let's. I could do this. Okay, I'm going to. Oh, that's a face. Okay, what I'm going to do is covered by. Oh, these
You're going
cards.
to withdraw.
Can I have all your cards? I'm going to play this one here. I may move one of your battle cards to a different theater.
Okay.
I'm going to just. We're going all in.
Okay.
We're storming the beach. We know we're going to get mowed down, but we're going after you
Okay,
there.
that sounds great. So what I'm going to do
Sure it does.
is I'm going to hit disrupt here. So your opponent chooses and flips down one of their cards.
Oh, I get to choose.
And then I get to flip one of my cards.
Oh, that's even better. Well, this I'll turn it to a 2, so I'll change this 2 into a 1 into a 2.
And then I'm going to flip this and have a 6 there.
Of course you
Because
because there's all these heavy tanks floating in the ocean.
just looking at this board where I have a 6 in land, an 8 in air, and a 6 in sea.
You're saying I still have a chance.
I might say you might be this might be one of those situations where you go, you know what? I have 3 cards in my hand.
Okay, well, I'm
Consult
gonna,
the chart and withdraw.
okay, so yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to withdraw. Let's see,
Okay.
because I want to see how that works.
So I'd get 3 victory points in that
Okay.
position. We would reshuffle all of the cards.
Okay. Now,
You
does-
would become first player, I'd become second player.
Okay.
And the theaters would rotate.
And you got the 3 points because you had 2 of the 3 cards left in your hand?
No, because you did.
Oh, because I did. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
so
so
it's
me,
based
my
off
opponent
yours.
gets what I have left. Okay.
So then we'd shuffle
Shuffle 'em up.
these, and
We would go again,
We'd
and
go
we'd
again.
continue going until one of us
one
reaches
has
12?
reaches 12 points.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I can already see that this is one of those games where you think you got a handle on it, but then nope.
Yes. So there's are levels of strategy in this game where basically the different tactics will allow you to manipulate the cards in different fashions, allowing you to actually the more you know the cards, the more you can actually do it. But I got handily defeated several times.
Good.
In the
I mean,
past few
oh.
days. By people who are playing it for the first time, and then they start figuring out the combinations of cards, right?
You said there's still hope for me.
Yes, there's absolutely hope for you with this game.
Okay. Well, where is Air, Land, and Sea at in production?
Okay, Air, Land, and Sea is on the water,
Oh, cool.
so it will be arriving very shortly. Will be coming out into retail in May.
Excellent.
And I don't know if I mentioned it already, but it's a $15 price point.
Okay.
So,
All right. So yeah, let's keep an eye out for that, Air, Land, and Sea. And thanks so much for sharing this with me, Tony.
thank you for playing.
All right. And thank you guys for watching.
See ya.